the news and what we want to talk about. Now, if you want to stick around, we'll do a little Q&A, and I'll answer your questions to the best of my abilities, and we'll go from there. So let's go. Yankee Lander. TANGEM is great. TANGEM is great. It's just that people, they're like, no, I got to have this. I got to have this thing, and I got to have it plugged in, and I got to use these buttons, and I got to use an app, and I got to do it, and that's safe. All right. I mean, look, I'm not going to say that there's a reason why I use 3 cold storage wallets. It's because I don't trust anybody, you know. It's like George Carlin said, behind every cynic is a busted down, broken optimist, and that would be me. So I don't trust anybody, and that's why I use 3 different cold storage devices, because who knows. But I do like that one. I think it's going to do really well. Now, let's see. Hey, Rob, thanks, because your video 2 weeks ago I bought for a small amount of 500. That's not a really small amount, but congratulations. 500 euros of scale. I didn't know the project, but almost double money. Hey, you're welcome. This is the thing. So, like, I'm going to mention some altcoins. And people will be like, oh, I should get that. And then, like, Snoopy Tom, he did great, and it worked out for you. This won't probably... I'm not going to say it won't work out for you. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying, like, these are the things that I buy. And you can do whatever you want to do. Don't blame me when it goes to 0. And actually, don't even thank me when it quadruples, if it does. Because it's all just dumb luck. I can look at these projects. I can say, these ones look pretty good. I can see why these would pop off, but no one really knows. And, of course, you can look at a ton of charts and draw triangles and go, TA, this way, and this way, that way. But it's all odds. You're all just playing the odds. And of course, TA people will say, well, I'm going to beat the odds because 54% of the time I'm right. That's fine. I'm just not that guy. So if it works out for you, fantastic. I'm just saying be careful, because really it all is just speculation. Rob, what do you know about the TANGEM ring? Do cards come with it? P's is the Argentina geezer. WF members pose next. Yeah. So as far as like the ring, I know it looks like this, and this is not it. This is my wedding ring. It's a cheap rubber ring that I got from Walmart because I'm cheap. And what it does is it's a bioelectric, or it's an electric that has components inside it. So when you want to actually send your transactions, you tap it on your phone and the transactions go. It's the same thing as having your TANGEM wallet, which sounds pretty cool at first. And then, of course, it scans in the back, and there it is. I don't know many thieves who would figure that out. I mean, they might say, give me your ring. Like, give me your ring. All right, give me your phone. All right, then maybe you could do it. Yeah, maybe it's not a good idea, actually, now I think about it. You can do whatever you want to. Thinking about it logically, if you're going to get robbed, they're going to take your ring and they're going to take your phone. And maybe they're smart enough to figure out that the phone operates your cold storage device on there, but I wouldn't. I mean, some people say it's awesome. I'm not going to buy the ring. Just not. Let's see. Yeah, Red Panda Pie say no. He just did a presentation WF. They're talking about Javier Milei, and they just like add photos on their website. Yeah, look. Some people say that you're guilty by association just right away. Look, I'm not saying that Javier Milei is like the greatest candidate of all time, or he's going to screw up the entire economy of Argentina, or he's going to be awesome. I don't care. I hate to say that, but I really don't. I mean, I care for the people. I'd like them to do well. I would, right? But if he screws up the other thing, that's on him. Hopefully he doesn't, because it'll make Bitcoin look bad. So I guess I should really care. Now I think about it. I just hope he goes slow. And of course, I thought the idea of using dollars instead of the Argentinian peso was a probably better idea than going straight up Bitcoin all the way. And slowly but surely, everything will be pushed over. So, oh man, these days, seems like that would be the best idea for me. A man diaper. F the WF, the World Economic Forum. Yeah. You know, there's only so much time they have left for power, but who knows? Let's see. Chris says, ADA is the ghost chain of the last bull run. Debatable. CAS could be the ghost chain of this new bull run. Also debatable. I don't know. That's why, like, once we get overcooked in this bull run, I'm selling 80% of my crypto and stepping away from the channel. So I'll let you know when I sell, and I'll let you know when I step down. Rob, did you hear of Vela exchange and Arbitrum? I did not. Looks like everybody's getting their own. Maybe that's a DEX. They're talking their cut bots. Golfer. That's what I'm saying. I was searching for a free app that would let me track all my crypto and equity holdings across all my accounts. There's plenty of paid ones. Yeah. I have been talking to Crypto Ledger. It's not called. Hold on. Come on. There is, let me pull it up here. It's easier to get a. I have been talking to Nord. Wow, that's crazy. There we go. Cool. That IO. I always get it wrong. Oops, sorry. I've been talking to CoinLedger IO forever to get them to put in a portfolio tracker. They're like, yeah, it's going to be, we're going to do it. It's going to be free. It's going to take some time. And I'm like, look, everybody would like this. It'd be very simple. You can track all your cryptos because they have integration for all different centralized exchanges, all centralized and decentralized exchanges, all the cold storage wallets, all the hot wallets. It's a read-only. It's very safe. I've used them for my crypto taxes 2 years straight. I'm going to use them again the third year. And I said, just do that. Just give us a portfolio tracker. And it will be great if you get the portfolio tracker. Well, then guess what? When people are going to do their taxes, seamless process, right? Brain dead easy. And they're still haven't got it done. And they're like, oh, it'll be in October. Now here we're in November. And they keep pushing it back. I understand. I get it that things take precedent and there's other things going on. But I'm just telling you, if you would like to see a free portfolio tracker where it's read-only and it doesn't have to do anything behind the scenes, magical, doesn't invalidate or put any risk into your portfolio, would you like to see that? I personally would. And I can let them know. I always thought it'd be a very easy thing to do, but whatever. Maybe I'm just irritated because my back's irritated. Who knows? Let's see. Oh, look at that. Gandalf the Grey. Stay clear of the heat bit devices. What these are like space warmers that use electricity to heat your house, but they also mine Bitcoin. They are junk and not efficient at mining. You might as well just burn the money for heat. If you want to mine for heat, get a real Bitcoin ASIC. Although, if you think about it, if you need heat in the house, might as well just use that. They actually contacted me and said, hey, we're going to send you a free heat bit. You can evaluate it and go from there and see how it works. I was like, sure, great. And then time came and passed. Didn't happen. And then they said, oh, we'll send it out to you as soon as you get to Puerto Rico. That still hasn't happened. So I'm just like, isn't it amazing? It's amazing to me how like nothing seems to happen when we're in like the kind of a slow, boring bear market. But as soon as a bull market happens, everybody wants to be your friend. Whatever. Aaron says, do you think Ethereum always going to hold that number 2 spot? No. The question is when, which is always the question. When will that be? I'm not for sure. What's your opinion on trading bots? Some people love trading bots, and they talk about them all the time like the greatest thing ever. And they work for some people. They do. I'm just not a big trader. I'm more of a long-term hodler and then sell when things get super overheated. If you want to see my strategy, links in the description. There's a video. It's on every one of my videos. How and when I'm going to sell 80% of my crypto. And there's like 6 to 8 indicators I'm going to use. Go from there, pop off, and then I'm done. And yes, I'm stepping away after I sell because things get overheated at some point. They're going to get overheated and things are going to get ridiculous. And that's how you get the FTXs and the Voyagers and the Celsiuses and the BlockFis. And I'm not going to be around for that. I will step down graciously. I will let all the other YouTubers have at it and fight and tell you how great their projects are. And I will sell and I will come back when everything collapses. Because I'll be honest with you, nobody needs any kind of like pep talk in the bull market. Nobody needs that. The only thing they need is to know is like, hey, I should sell at some point. I'll probably play that 80% video when I'm gonna sell on loop, and that's it. People need pep talks, I think, in the bear market when nobody wants to accumulate because nobody does, because it goes against the rational part of our brain, which says, we are seriously in the red. Why would I buy this piece of trash crypto, Bitcoin, when it's down 77, 75%? This makes no sense. I think this is when people really need it. And this is when people aren't there. So no one wants to do the dirty work because they just want to get a bunch of views when it's like super bull market-ish. Just watch. Everybody that you used to watch that disappeared, oh, they're coming back. And it's going to be a fun time. Meme says, have you been to Bottles restaurant? Yeah, it's on the street. Nice place. They're not open on Sundays anymore. Apparently they couldn't find enough workers. Maybe that's what I'll do. When I step down from YouTube, I got nothing to do because you have to find something to do. I've been retired since like 2016, really. You got to find something to do. Maybe I'll just go work at Bottles. Push a broom. Be a waiter. Be a cook. And that's it. Oh, you're going to Bottles tomorrow night? Nice. It's a nice place. It's got good food. Yeah, Brian says it right. It would be great if Tangem was able to be used with staking. You can use it, but you got to use Wallet Connect. I don't really like the whole process. You're right. You're right, Brian. I'd like to see that too. I would put that up, but I can't. It's funny. Marcus says, are you a Marine? No, I'm not a Marine. I was in the Army. I was in the Army for 8 years. I just wear this because we do a charity event in El Paso. It's for the Boys and Girls Club. And the Marines always like to show up and put out their pull-up station, and they do a bunch of recruiting because all the fit people actually show up. So no, I'm not a Marine. I was a combat medic for 8 years in the U.S. Army. Just don't have any. I don't have any cool shirts. Does CoinLedger show you buy and sell and calculate your profit or loss? Yeah, it does, but it's kind of, I don't really like the whole interface of it, but some people do. So you can do it. And you can sign up for, like, again, there's a link in the description for CoinLedger. It's free to sign up. And you can take a look at that. You can put all the data in. I just would like them to, like, really make it more easy to use and tracking and everything else. Let's see. Don't leave. Just sell and live stream Street Fighter. That'd be good. I'll just probably go to my second channel, Dan DGen, and just play games. Yeah. You know what I'll probably do? I'll just play games with my grandson. We'll do live streams of us playing Web3 games. And then I'll get like Stash and Kagi and Jesus and Johnny just to battle us, see who can actually win. I'll call myself Boom Gamer, or Boomer for short. Let's see. Well, to be fair, first of all, I love stoicism. To be fair, respect to Rob, always speaking the truth, no shilling, not bullish, not bearish, stoic. Stoicism, yes. The shilling, you did see a little piece of that today in the Tangem section, also the sweat coin section. There was a little shilling there. And thank you, mods, yes. Thank you. Yeah, my back's been doing much better. I'm able to stand up and not feel like I'm going to pass out. That's nice. Acupuncture. Like I said, I've done everything so far. And the things that have worked are beer and ice and heat and acupuncture. Chiropractic service and injections and certain pain meds, not really. Go figure. Exactly. Rob, did you catch Ben's full disclosure video? No, I did not. Did Ben put out a video? Was another 1.5 hour Bitcoin dominance video? Those are pretty fun. I actually like to listen to those as I'm walking the dog. I'll check it out. I usually catch all this stuff. Oh, also everybody, me and Guy from Coin Bureau and Ben from the Cryptoverse, there's no NFA live this week because it's Thanksgiving on Thursday. So that doesn't really make a difference to Guy, but of course for us, it's going to be a little tough. So we're going to skip it this week and we'll move forward. It's a great question. Praneet says, do you think ADA will surpass its all-time high? Well, like I've said before, pay attention to the cryptos and the projects that are building in the bear because they'll crush it in the bull. You got to take a look at like certain things. Like me and Beardy, we invest into EOS because we heard it was going to be fantastic. We heard that, you know, with all these airdrops that were going to happen. And of course, Dan Lermier, I always forget his name, Lanier, the guy that was behind it, it was going to be like, because he's a genius. And of course, he's done a lot of great things before. So it was going to be fantastic. They didn't really do any building. Not that I've seen so far. Not really partnerships, and people weren't really using it. And that was a problem. With Cardano, I mean, you see that there is building going on. You see that the decentralized exchanges, you see the different projects, the world mobile tokens, you know, bringing connectivity, Midnight partnering up with them to bring some kind of private transactions to, not on Cardano, but on a separate piece, but them collaborating together. I think it can do pretty well. And will it stay in the top 10? Who knows? But I own a bunch of it, so I'm super biased when I talk about it. So we'll see if I'm right. True. Were you airborne or aerosol? I was neither of those. Not a big falling out of plane kind of guy. Stake it, Rob, not your daddy, make your own decisions. Very true. I think ADA will surpass its all-time high. Let's hope so. That's a good point. Do you think if a project doesn't surpass its all-time high in the next bull run, it's a dying or dead project? Some people will make the case that it's not a dying or dead project. Some people will make the case, oh, it's just underperforming right now. Me personally, you have to take a look at it. There's two ways to say it. Like, if you see more people as far as in-app transactions or total volume locked on the chain has actually increased from the last time it was put out, and it still isn't hitting its all-time high, there's something wrong with it. I think there's something wrong because people want to actually use it. However you think about it, sometimes things are actually being used at a great amount, and the price doesn't really move up much at all. Take a look at Sweatcoin. I think it's a fantastic app itself, but the app or the token, people are kind of lackluster on it as far as, I mean, they use it. I know they use it because it's deflationary as of last month, but are they actually speculating enough to actually pump the price up? Not really. I think it's only like a penny right now. And used to be like 2 cents, 3 cents. So we'll see. So to answer your question, it'd be very disappointing for it to not hit its all-time highs. But take a look at on-chain transactions and take a look at the actual fees that it's accumulated. Is it actually going up, stagnant, or going down? TVL, is it going up or down? And if it's not going down, if everything's going down and also the price going down, it's a dead project. Done. If you actually have a little bit more TVL and you have more transactions, there still could be some hope for it. But the question is, why are you holding it? Are you holding it because you want the price to go up? Are you holding it because you're in for the tech, bro? Or are you holding it because you think there's a big, bright future for it? That's, I think, the bigger question. Would you ever consider building your own crypto project? We're in the process of building it, but it's a Web 2 to Web 3 game. And we'll talk about it later, but it's 95% Web 2, meaning it's mostly for Apple and Android users, and we'll get some Web 3 people into it. But we'll see how that works out. I'm holding because the people on the YouTube said so. That's right. Rob, stake my Cardano or wait to sell in a bull run? Why don't you just stake it now? So like, yeah, because, well, here's the thing. The thing about Cardano staking, and there's a link right here, the Cardano stake pool. And if you click on that, it'll take you to this website, which is 100% free, I might add. And you can watch this video that pops up. And it explains how Cardano stake pools work, how our stake pool works as far as DNews, and why it's probably the best staking option on any project that's out there right now. And one of the reasons is because if you stake your Cardano, you know you can unstake it like that. There's no like downtime. There's no like refractory period. There's no like, oh, you have to lock it up for so much time. It's just stake, unstake, stake, unstake, and that's it. So the question I have for everybody is, if you're not staking your Cardano, you're leaving it on an exchange, that's great for the exchange, because you know what they're doing with your Cardano? They're staking it, and they're making money off of you. So if you want to keep doing it, that's fine. But if you want to stake it and get between 4 and 6% APY, and I show you how to do it, I show you how to take it even off the exchanges. It's not very super tough. And the different wallets that I use. I just don't see why people do that, especially after what we saw with FTX and everything else. So to answer your question, I think you should stake it. And then at some point, maybe you want to take some profits. What's the op? I don't know. I don't know which I'm confused on this one. Yeah, and nobody can steal your stake data. I'm telling you, it's the best staking project out there. Yeah, 2 to 3%. Yeah, okay. Does Cardano / misbehaving validators? Hope that happens to me on Phantom and maybe look at. Nope. None of that. The only thing is that they will penalize the stake pool operators if they are oversaturated or they have massive amounts of downtime. We have neither. So, but they don't slash you. And of course, the worst thing that can happen is you just won't get rewards. So you have to stay on top of the stake pools. Is Trezor any good? Guy loves it from Coin Bureau. Guy loves it. He loves Trezor. He's had it forever. I think it's just what you're used to. Like my first cold storage wallet was Ledger. And I loved it for a while. But then when I'm trying to teach people how to use it, forget about it. Just forget about it. Like, oh, okay, I got to get an app. All right. And then I got to download this. And then I got to use these buttons. And then I got to move this thing around. I got to do this. That's why TANGEM is so easy. It's like, oh, you mean it's the app and then I put it at the back of my phone and it goes? That's super cool. And that's it. Oh, it's never been hacked? That sounds pretty good. Oh, I can write down my mnemonic phrase, or I don't have to. I can put it in these 3 cards. Well, that's awesome. Rob, when's the operation on your back? I said, there's no operation. So when you get a ruptured disc, you have options. First of all, there's 4 different, no one's coming to the channel to listen to me about this. But there's 4 different levels of a herniation of a disc. There's when it's sequestered, when it's pretty much just ruptured and just running out all over the place. And there's one right below that. That's me. And once you have that, your body has this inflammatory response, autophagy, where there's these cytokines and they're released from the body and they chomp away at the inner annular that is expelled from your spine or your disc cone. And it kind of eats it away. And usually they say that when you have the sequestered, it's like 96% people heal without surgery when it's like really ruptured. And the one that I have is between 70 and 75%. It'll take between 3 and 6 months. And along that way, it's just a lot of pain and a lot of therapy and a lot of other things. So when I was in healthcare, everybody I came across that was like, oh, I had back surgery. How you feel? I feel awful, but I felt a little better than what I did, but no one ever gets to 100%. That was years ago. So maybe it's better now. I'm not for sure. but I'm going to try to avoid that. And if that means that it's, PRP and stem cell therapy and medication and the right therapy and inversion and hot and cold and chiropractic services and acupuncture, I'll do what it takes. That's it. Exactly. Thank you, Richie. I appreciate it. It is nice. I do appreciate everybody with the well wishes and the recommendations. Excellent recommendations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Use surgery as last resort. Con, I think Illuvium as a winner. Mind you, lots will be winners. That's very true. A lot of Web3 winners out there. Yeah. Lex says, I think stakers get midnight drop first. So this is the thing with, if you're staking your Cardano, and I don't think this is going to work with a centralized exchange. Usually it doesn't work like that. But if you're staking your Cardano with a stake pool operator, outside of an actual centralized exchange, you're going to get an airdrop of this new token called Midnight. Now, this won't happen for months because the developers have to put everything together. They have to tell us how it's going to work and how we can, extrapolate that and put that into airdrops for us. But this is the thing that's supposed to happen. So we'll see when it actually happens. I'm not for sure. But expect that for 2, 3, maybe 4 months or longer. It's not like, well, I know this isn't a project that Cardano is doing, but it's not like Cardano is super fast. Let's be honest. They're very meticulous. Yeah, yoga's great. Oh, Pat, thank you for your service. And that's a great way to leave off. All right, buddy. I'm coming up on 50 minutes and I made it. So I'm feeling pretty good. That's it for today. So on your way out, if you do me a favor, if you could just hit that thumb up, maybe even do a little commenting below. Tell me if what you hated and what you liked about this. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. Just put some. For the algorithm, that's it for today. So thanks so much, everybody. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.